Welcome back to another video.
I'm riding the buffalo. Buffalo shine. Coming at you.
If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I want to welcome you. And I want to let you know that we're giving land away on this channel. We're at another little lake here. This is called Sholo Lake. I'm just going to go for a walk and talk about the G word. It looked like it was almost going towards that you might get banned for using the G word. I think there's a book around that said that would happen. We can reason God right out of the equation. I think the more educated you are, it's easier and easier to reason God right out of the equation. That's kind of the way our brain works. And yet, we're just ants in a jar. That's all we are. And we figure, I've got it all figured out. I've got it all figured out. There isn't a God after all. I don't need God. The earth, these rocks right behind us here, or even this man-made object here, this post. Inside of those objects is like another universe, another solar system. I don't know what you would call it, but what I mean by that is the electrons, protons, and the neutrons inside of every object, including our human bodies, are made up of all these atoms. And it paraphrases the universe. When you look up to the sky at night, you can see all those stars. Each one of them have planets rotating around the star, and then around the planets is moons rotating around them. That's what is inside of every object. It looks like that if you could see it. You know, it paraphrases the universe, and everything has a universe inside of it. And now, many scientists have come to the understanding that there's other dimensions. So there could be other worlds within our world. It's like radio waves. You know they're there, but you can't see them. And so I guess that's what they mean by other dimensions, you know. And all this stuff we can explain. And so the Big Bang Theory, you know, you got a big giant rock, just a humongous massive rock spiraling through the universe, and then it explodes, and it expands and expands, and that's the universe. And that's how this earth was made, so they claim. And there's no God in the equation, and yet everything's so perfect, isn't it? We can reason it right away, because we have all these ideas, these hypotheses. And there's no place for a God in them. I think we're the first generations of humans to come up with these ideas. And then you look at the mass of society, how there's so much people that are alone and sad. And so you have to take drugs to make you feel alive because you're dying inside. Like you're broken. Because there's no place for God. I find it insane. And yet, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. There's no place for God in this world. You can reason it out. You can reason God right out of the equation. Where did the big ball, the rock, according to the greatest minds that humanity's ever created, and this big ball, the Big Bang Theory, and the universe expands, and then this world's created among billions and trillions of other worlds just like this one is out there. Where did the big ball of shit come from then that blew up? You tell me where that came from, and I'll tell you there's not a God then. You prove to me that that's the best thinking you've got. Where did it come from? No, then you can say, well, where did God come from? We're just pissants. How could we ever understand the concept of what God even is? But check this out. This is the shallowest this lake's ever been, I believe. And so that's when the fishing's supposed to be really, really good. And so I'm gonna come back here, and this is some open water you can fish. This looks really fishy to me. Yeah, I gotta check this out. And then there's some more water up here. Oh my goodness, I'm freezing. I don't buy it. I can't reason God out of the equation. Personally, I think if you're honest with yourself, it makes the best sense that there was a creator and that we're not on this ball like a spitball spiraling out of control in the middle of the universe, and there's just luck involved in all this. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not as smart as some of you guys out there. It doesn't make sense to me. So I guess the way I look at it is, if I can't explain it with my little feeble mind, I just gotta believe in something greater than myself. And I had to actually break it down as simple as what I just described to you to get my life in order. Because my best thinking was destroying me. There is no God pill. There's no magic little thing I can put into this body to replace the God factor for me. I tried everything. My thought, my concept is, one sounds great, but 10's always better. And so I didn't function very well that way, because my drug of choice was give me more. And so most people that don't figure it out that there's actually a God and start trying to serve him or it, whatever you want to call or believe. You know, so I couldn't figure out in my little brain what came first, the chicken or the egg. You know, in other words, like in the Bible, what is real and what's not? What's factual and what's not? Don't you find it interesting? Everything that's in the Bible is coming true right in front of your face. You know, it's pretty undeniable. You know, back when it was being written about the way Sodom and Gomorrah was, it was just one little town, you know, one little place that was like that. And they said in the end days the entire world would be like that. It's like that now. I'm not trying to condemn anybody's life or anything. I'm serious, trust me, folks. That's not me. My best thinking has pretty much destroyed everything I've ever been involved with. Don't listen to this guy. Figure it out for yourself. But get honest with yourself. I can't reason God out of the equation, but I think that it's the easiest thing to try to do. It's definitely our decisions that put us in these places and circumstances. We've got to take responsibility for our actions, but on the other hand, how much of it's luck? You know, it's not luck, it's us doing these things to ourselves. Destroying this planet. We'll be lucky to get off this rock before we destroy it. You know, humanity, I think that's our best thinking, is let's create a spaceship, a vehicle to get us off of this planet and onto another one before we destroy this planet where it can't even sustain life. You know, we've destroyed the oceans, the earth, with mass weapons of destruction. Blowing up one city's not enough. Let's just take out the whole place. That's our nature. It's hard to believe it, isn't it? Really? Deep down inside, if you ask yourself. That's what I meant about the chicken or the egg. I can't really bring myself to convincing myself what come first. But if you start reading that Bible, you start realizing that there's no way to reason God out of the equation. He's told us exactly what's going on here. This is it. All you YouTubers out there, this is the piece of property. It's an 1.25 acres. Let's go look around, shall we? Got some beautiful mountain views. I'm going to show you some of those mountain views. And it does have a lot of quartz on it. Maybe there's gold on it. It's got a little wash right here on it. This is it. I'm walking on it right now. This is where you'd build your home, is right up on top of this hill. Right here is it. This is the home site. This is where you do it. Just level it out. Got an 1.25 acres. It's a big giant square. Look at this. That's granite. That pyrite in there. A lot of black iron sand in there. A lot of times there's gold when you see stuff like that. From what I've been told, I don't know. A lot of quartz out here. This could be a good place to pan on your property. I'm not kidding you. You might find gold in this wash right here. You can do some dry gold washing. If I was out here and that's what I was doing, just living out here, that'd be a kind of fun to do that. And there'll be a random pick once we reach our goal of 13,000 in AdSense revenue. Thanks for watching me ramble and listening to me, and we'll see you on the next one.